Welcome back everyone. Sorry, it's been a while. But in today's video, I will be swapping the odometer gears on the E30 so I can finally tell when I need to do oil changes. One of the things that'll make this a lot quicker than last time is having a quick release, so I don't have to spend much time pulling the wheel off. The first thing you're gonna have to do is pull off two of these screws. One is right up here and the other one is right up here. Once you have these two out, this whole panel should pull off from right there. And then you can access that screw, and then two more, and then work on getting the bezel around the cluster off. Once you take all 6 of those screws out, this will come out too. Don't forget where each screw goes because they're different sizes. If you did forget, the 2 long ones are for the outside here. The 2 silver ones go here and here, and then the 2 shorter black ones go up there and up there. Once you have those out and the bezel out, there should just be one there, and then the cluster will fold down forwards and slide out. Now that you have the cluster folded down, there should be a connector here, here, and then a big yellow one in the middle on the back. And once you pull those off, you can pull the cluster out. Now that I have the cluster out, I'm gonna head back to the apartment and pull it apart. Back at the apartment, so let's get started pulling this thing apart. You're gonna wanna start with pulling off the 9 screws on the back of the cluster, and don't forget this one in the middle here. Once you get all 9 of those screws out, you can pull this straight up. Make sure you don't twist it because there are a bunch of prongs down at the bottom here. But after that, you should be good to pull it straight up. Once you get to this point, make sure you don't touch any of the faces or mess with any of the needles. From here, you're gonna have to take the tack off, which means pulling these 4 screws off and pulling this clip off. And also make sure you do not lay the face down when you take these out. Once you have the clip off, you should be good to pull this straight up. As you can see right here, there are no teeth left on that gear, which is probably why it's not working anymore. There's a cover over the gears here, and it looks like it is just 2 screws. So I got 1 and 2 gears off. This one is missing pretty much completely, but these 2 are okay. When you guys take it apart, make sure that you get all of the little pieces of broken gear out because there's a lot of them stuck in the actual gears for the odometer. Now that the gears that are staying on are clean, I have to work on getting this brass fitting off. You don't want to pull it because you could pull it out of the motor. So you want to kind of take pliers and just deform it so that you can pull it off. I got the brass fitting off, but in doing so, I got a lot more of the gear plastic around the other gears. So I'm gonna make sure I clean this one again so that it doesn't jam up after I put it back in the car. If you got the Garage-A-Stick kit like me, you should get 3 gears, a small gear, a medium gear, and a bigger gear. I'll show you guys how each of those goes on right now. So you're gonna take the biggest gear with the most teeth, and that's gonna go face down on top up here. Make sure everything spins normally. The next big gear is going to go face down right over the blue one. And the last gear you're going to need to put on is the smallest gear, which goes onto the motor shaft. That one will take a little more effort to put on. So this small gear took a little bit of force to get on. If you push on it and you hold the back here, you should be okay, but just be careful because that is what attaches to the motor. The old gears were in really bad shape. They just fall apart. So hopefully that was the only issue. Now that the gears are all in place, we can put this cover back on. Got the cover back on. I accidentally touched the face, but it doesn't look like I got any fingerprints on it, so that's good. Now it's time to put it all back together. Now that the cluster is all back together, let's go put it in the car. Now that I'm back with the cluster, I'm gonna plug in those 3 connectors and work on screwing it all back together. Now that it's in, you're gonna wanna put all the screws in. Start with the small black one here, small black one here. Now that it's time to put this trim piece on, it is a small black screw up here, small black screw up there, long black screw, and then the 2 silver screws in the front there. Now we're down to the last trim piece. It goes right there, and it uses the 2 thumb screws we have left. And now it's all done. I just have to wait until my drive to school tomorrow to make sure everything is working and that it's tracking miles. Thanks for watching. I hope that this helped you guys out if you were trying to figure out how to get your odometer to work in your E30 again. Hopefully I'll have a skid plate install video coming up pretty soon, as long as it actually ships. It's been taking forever, but stay tuned for that. If this video helped you guys out, please subscribe and follow everything else that's gonna happen. I will see you in the next one. Bye.